Now that we understand what is expected of us or the outcome of this course, let us start from scratch creating the project. We have to save so that we can create a new scribe. So let us go ahead and create a new scribe. Then we go back to the script, sorry. Then we have between 0 and 8 seconds, we are going to show the map and people and also the stats. So let us do that. We click on the image button so that we can add an image, the T button to add text, and everything follows that trend. So we add an image here of a map. Then we can enlarge it by dragging the edges. Then we need an arrow, so we go to arrows. Then we can select one arrow. Then we can minimize this. Then let me show you one trick. Then double click on that element, then go to the properties window and then click on this area so that you can change the direction. Also, we need to rotate this element so that it faces downwards. So let me just rotate it from the canvas itself. Then I want it to point to that area right there because I guess that is where China is. Then let's go back to this scene, the script. Then we need group of people, then show population, then start numbers. Hence we need to add a group of people. We have here people. Then we can select the image that has a group of people because we need a group of people, and I think this is going to work. Then we have to shrink it a little bit. Simply drag the edges so that it fits within the scene. I'll show you how to change the scene between scenes. Then we need to show the population. We have shown the population with a group of people. Then we need to show the stats in numbers. For this to work, we need to copy the text a little bit as such. Just copy a little bit of the text, then click on the text button, paste your text right here. Then as we work on this, I want to show you how to change the fonts. So as you can see, I have 3 main fonts, but if you click on the manage fonts button, you can select between all these fonts. Now to add a font, simply click on it and add it, and it will be available now for you to use anytime you want to use it. That way. Then you can delete a font if you are not okay with it. Now at this juncture I want to use that. Then you can select also the indentation and also change the text color as shown here. Then we need to minimize this. Now there is something that I would like to let you know. At times you find that dragging elements within the canvas using your cursor is a bit challenging because you might drag all the elements while you want only to drag a single element or a single image, a text, or anything that you are dragging within the canvas. Hence, I recommend you use the arrow keys, that is to move your elements within the canvas, and you use your cursor or your mouse to shrink, to enlarge or to minimize the size of your images or your elements. That way you will find that it is easier and it won't be headache, because imagine having worked on a text and on a complete scene, then when dragging one element you drag everything and then you have everything messed up. I want to add this call out, so simply go to the image. I'm sorry I didn't mention this, I was explaining something else. So call out, then select a callout that you want. What I want to do is I want my stats to be inside this callout, so I have to shrink it a little bit. For it to appear before the stats, it has to be at least as before the actual numbers. Then let us set the camera position because we have entered everything inside the canvas. These are the elements that we wanted, so click on this button right here so that you can set the camera position. What this does is that it will ensure that your image will render in the exact position where you have positioned it. Either it is an image or an element or the text, everything. Let us preview our animation, and as you can see here we have 5 seconds. Hence we have 3 more seconds, and with that you can increase the animation time of your individual elements, the ones that you feel like they should be animated for a longer period. Let's say 2 seconds. Right now we have 7 seconds, hence we can also adjust. We can adjust the map. It can be drawn within for 2 seconds. That is it. Let us now preview our animation. Remove the zoom at the end so that everything goes back to 100% once it finishes to preview. That is how you do the animation. You insert your elements, then you position them so that they occupy the desired locations inside the canvas. To change a scene, simply drag your elements in any direction. You can drag them downwards, upwards, sideways. The only thing that you need to do is to ensure that you maintain a single file. That is, if you are dragging your elements upwards, then everything should be dragged upwards so that the scenes can pile up. But I like dragging them downwards, so I'll drag this one downwards until we have an empty canvas. Let us go to the second scene, that is the 4 seconds scene. We have the government and the 22 provinces, hence we need here to have scattered divisions, a leader, compare 2 words, and to do this maybe we need a map and also some heads. Hence let me see, I have a map that I can use. I'm guessing I'll have to use the previous map, but we'll do some tweaks so that it doesn't appear to be the same map again and again. So let us double click on our element, go to the properties window, then we need to change the settings here. We need to change it from full color to outline, and as you can see that coloring is removed, and now we are good to go. Then we also need to remove the drawing hand. What this does is that it gives your drawing will be shown, but there won't be a hand. And then let us set the camera position. As you can see, the first map is drawn by a hand, but as we go to the second map, there is no hand. Okay, now we need to add the provinces. We need 22 provinces. Now take a beacon here because I want to show you something. I'll add an image of heads. I guess I had used it. Yeah, here we go. Now I have to shrink this up to maybe that's okay. Then we need to take it somewhere right here. That's good. Then we need to set the camera position, double click on our image, then we'll have the properties window. What I want to do is to remove the hand so that it won't appear to be drawn, Then I want to change the drawing options. Remember, actually I have not mentioned this, but this is a good time for me to mention. We can change how our elements are shown in the canvas. They can move in, they can fade out, and they can morph. I'll discuss the move in feature in this section. Then after you have selected the move in, select the bounce option. This, you can preview this and see what I'm talking. As you can see, it appears to be bouncing. Then we need to change the animation time here to 0.2 so that we can add many heads inside the map within a short period. Like within a second we can have the 22 heads that we need. Then click OK. Let us, we have already set the camera position. Let us preview our scene. And as you can see, it appears to be bouncing, but we need it to bounce from the top that way. So we need to change that. It can bounce from any direction, but we need it to bounce from the top. And click OK, then preview this that way. Now what we need to do, we cannot repeat insert bringing new images of this head inside the canvas. Hence we need to copy and paste it as many times as we want until we reach to the 12th second. Hence let us do that. Right here we have the save button, the cut button, copy, and the paste button. Hence we copy, then we paste. Remember what I have said, using the arrow keys, move your elements. Now for you to move your elements faster, click on the shift key, then arrow key. This will make the element have larger spacing between the movements. Then you can place your elements maybe somewhere there. Then we can paste it again. Then using our arrow keys, drop it there, paste it again, right there, paste it again, and this will give a nice illusion of our elements bouncing or populating the map within a very short period. Then it will be like they are like it gives the animation life, because apart from the static animations where we only draw using the hand, now bouncing, having things bounce within the canvas kind of makes it more appealing. Hence I'll just add a few more heads. I'm sure you are doing the same using your shift key, then the arrow keys, that is the drop down, the up, downwards, and the right and left buttons. Then once you have your heads, once your heads are enough, like you cannot add more heads, then you can just stop it. Or if you find that your animation time is closer to the 12th second, then you can just stop the animation, or you can stop adding the heads. All right, now there we go. I'll stop there. Then let us see what else we need. Wow, that's all. Then we need to kind of show that. Let us just preview this and see how it works. Let us move forward a little bit. Then as you can see, they kind of populate the canvas within a very short time, and that is what I was going for. Then we need to show that China is among the few nations that have the communist way of government. Now there is also one thing that I want to explain as we continue with the project, that you do not have to animate everything. Let me double click on this and show you. Like some elements can just appear in the canvas without being animated in any way. Hence remove the animation time, the pause time, and the transition time to be 0. Remove the hand, and this image will just appear to be there as if it was there initially. Then set its camera position. Then we need to add this. We need to add like an image of a house that is far away from other houses. Remember, if we have let me just put it right here, then I'll explain in a little bit there. What I want to give with this house is an illusion of a house that is far inside a kind of a forest. Like, okay, I don't want to mean that China is a lonely house. It is among the few countries that are using the communist way of leadership, and actually showing it like in a segregated area kind of gives that impression. So always remember to set the camera position. Now this is our second scene. As you can see, we have our first scene, then we have our second scene. Let us go to our third scene, and in the third scene I'll show you how to morph elements. Now I'll show you how to morph elements. We have this scene should take 8 seconds, that is from 12th second to the 20th second. We have China's economy, then it is this information is from World Bank. Then we need to show the World Bank, then a graph showing China's growth. That's cool. Also we need to mention the 6% growth rate. Okay, so let us find an image of World Bank. Actually you can just search from the search bar. Then if you are connected to the internet, the other elements that are showing online in brackets will be available for you. Right now I'm not connected to the internet, so I'm just using the offline elements that are available for me offline to use. Let me just select a single an area that I can use, or an element that I can use to represent World Bank. Maybe this will work. This will work. Now this is a museum, so I cannot use a museum. Hence, let me just use a building. Then I can have maybe, let me just select an image that I can use to represent World Bank. Here we go. This is cool. So we have this. Then we can also give it a caption. We press it right there. Set the camera position. Always set the camera position. Then we need the caption World Bank, and we can use a nice font and also nice color, and that's it. And you can have the caption right there. Set its camera position. Remember, this animation should go up to the 20th second. We have all the time in the world. The other thing that we need to do is World Bank, then graph showing China's growth. We have China's economy has been one of the world's fastest growing with annual growth rate of that. Hence, we can add an image showing the different variations. And as you can remember from the previous project, we had this image. Let me show you how to customize this. First of all, we have to rotate. We will rotate this so that it faces the direction that we want. Right, that. Actually, to rotate an element, you simply click on the at its center. We have that little circle. We use that to rotate an element, and it will be right there. That's cool. It is just position right there. Then we need to expand it a little bit that way. Now let me show you how to morph an element. Double click on this, the arrows, then go to the drawing options, then click on morph. Select our previous element, that is World Bank, so that it will morph from World Bank. Don't change anything else, and click OK. Maybe you can adjust the animation time to 2 seconds. It can be fine, just as 1 second animation is okay. Let us preview this and see what I'm talking about. I am sure I have set the camera position for the other elements so that they do not mess around with our animation. Now, as you can see, that is what we are talking about. That is the morph effect. Let us add the rest of the animation. We have a graph showing China's growth rate. Hence, I had used this. Actually, just type the name graph, our chart, and it will appear. And we need to make it a little bit smaller. Then move it to the bottom so that it appears to be pointed to by the third arrow. Then we need to include the details, that is the figures, that is the 6%, because that is what people want to see. We cannot type everything, so we need a letter. Now, once, as you can see here, if you are online, you will find they are animated numbers, but right now I do not have internet connection, so I cannot actually use that. But since I was online when I was creating the project, I have the number right here, so I can just reuse it as many times as I want. That's the beauty of a video script. So set the camera position, then go for this percentage sign right here. Actually, these are elements that I had downloaded earlier because I wanted it to appear. So I can rotate it a little bit so that we have, it can be that way. Then move it towards that direction. That sounds good. Then set the camera position. Now we need something to fill in the third arrow. Then we have China's economy has been one of the world's most. We need to add, we can maybe copy a little bit of that text and add it here. You can use a fancy font here, adjust that, and also adjust our color. Then let us take it to the upper part of our animation right there. Then set the camera position. Now this was our third scene. We have our first scene, we have our second scene, and we have our third scene. And also you have learned how to morph elements. Actually, by the time you are completing this project, you'll find out that it is easier to create these animations, and people pay a lot of money for you to just create this animation for them. Now let us go to our fourth scene so that we can finalize everything. We have China is one of the world's most technologically advanced nations and is home to some of the world's largest tech giants such as Huawei, Baidu, Tencent, and that. Then we need the map of China, then arrows showing tech gadgets, then logos if available. So let us do that very quick. I'm sure you already now have what it takes to do it, so just do it on your own. Here we go, we have a map. I had downloaded this online. Then what we need is arrows. How do we get these arrows? Go to the arrows section, then select one that suits you. I like using this. Then make it a little bit smaller. Then we can also rotate it a little bit. Then we need to Actually, you have to make it a little bit smaller also. Then remember how we copy and pasted the heads in our previous section? First of all, we need to set the camera position, give this image all the properties that we want the others to have. So we needed to animate for just 2 seconds. Then we don't need the hand, and yes, it should be that way. We don't need to change anything else, and click OK. Since we have set the camera position, we have also set the camera position for this. Let us copy and paste our second. Then using the shift key, maybe this can be, let us position this one right here so that it faces upwards. So rotate it a little bit that way, that's better. Then it should point that way. This should be a little bit spaced. Then paste it one more. Then it should be right in this at this point. Then pointing that direction. That's better. That's better. Then we can paste it once more. Then we have this one pointing the downwards. There it should point downwards like that. And then we have that on our last arrow, and it should point that way. Actually, everything that I'm doing, it all comes down to being creative, how you want your elements to be. Now we have our arrows. Let me go back to the script. We have China, then arrows showing tech gadgets. So let us populate our arrows with the tech gadgets. This is how we do it. First of all, we go to the first arrow and insert a gadget right after it, right after that. Now you find, if you go to the technology section, we have various gadgets that we can select from. Let me just select a computer. Here we go. Then shrink it a little bit or make it a bit smaller. Yeah, we need to select the computer itself, then move it somewhere there so that it appears to be pointed to by the first arrow. Then select the second arrow, then add a computer, not a computer but a gadget after it, or we can add the camera. Shrink it a little bit, then let it appear to be at that position right there. Then set the camera position. Go to the third arrow right here and do the same. Add these elements. Let me just add this element so that we can have it right there. Yes. Then we go to the fourth. Is it the fourth? Yeah, the fourth arrow. Then we add another gadget, maybe a mobile phone will do the trick. Let it be somewhere there. That's better. And can be a bit smaller. Guess that works. Okay. Then we go to the last one and add another gadget. Technology, maybe a camera would do. A camera would do the trick. Right there. So we have our camera positioned right there. Set the camera position. Actually, always set the camera position immediately you bring a new element inside the canvas. Let us preview this scene before we add the company's logos or their names if they are available. Actually, we don't need that. We only need to preview the third scene, so we have to use the second preview button. As you can see, it is more nice. So there are some few elements that we have not set the camera position, for instance this. Then we also have the camera, we have the mobile phone. Let us now preview. Let us add the companies. We have Huawei. Add text. We have Huawei. And just use the basic font because they are just the names. We can add Huawei right there and go to the second name. We have Baidu. Text, just add it, make it a little bit bigger, then drag it maybe somewhere here. Then we go to Tencent, copy, then paste it here. Okay, and drag it. Maybe we have a clear space right here, then make it a little bit bigger. And yeah, we have something there. We have to fix that error. I'll show you how to fix that. Then the Alibaba, then Alibaba should be maybe somewhere. Yeah, we just put it somewhere. Now here we have a clearing, so let Alibaba to be placed there. That's better. That's a nice location. Now we have an error right here. All our logos or all our company names are before. Actually, they have interfered with the other animation, so we need to drag them so that they are away. They do not interfere with the animation that we had done earlier. So we have to drag our Huawei to the far bit, to be at the far end, then Baidu to the far end, Tencent, and then Alibaba to the far end. That is how you reposition your elements. Actually, that is called repositioning. Like, you can drag one of your elements and take it to another location, and it will be animated in that specific location. We have Huawei right now here. Let us preview our fourth scene. This starts from where we have the map, and that is it. That is how you create a simple project with VideoScribe. In the next video, let me just save this and call it China 2 because I already have China. We are going to add voiceover and then finalize the editing part of it. That is, mix both the animation and the voiceover, and then show you how to create Fiverr profiles so that you can start selling your services to the world. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.